Welcome to a new deep dive. We take a stack of sources and really distill the most important insights for you. Today, we're unpacking the State of AI in Legal 2025 report.
This is a pretty comprehensive survey, and it's challenging some, long-held ideas about how legal work actually gets done.
Absolutely. And our mission here is really to go beyond just the numbers. We want to extract the core findings, understand how AI isn't just automating tasks, but, well, fundamentally reshaping what it means to practice law, and even the professional lives of attorneys, actually. Indeed. The report's forward, that was Jasmine Singh, poses this really powerful, almost philosophical question. Could AI bring about a new world where we get more done, we're better at our jobs, and at the same time cultivate a healthier relationship with work, leading to better lives? We're going to look at the early signals in this report that seem to point toward that promising future. Okay, so let's start with where things stand right now on AI adoption in the legal field. The report shows overall adoption is sitting at 69%. And what really stands out, I think, is that even with a slight dip, about 5 points from last year's 74%, that's still a strong majority. Especially for a group, traditionally seen as maybe a bit conservative with technology, it feels less like a retreat, maybe more like a recalibration.
That's a great point, and it brings us to, well, why that slight dip? The report suggests a couple of things. Maybe increased media attention on untrustworthy AI, maybe the end of some informal trial runs within firms, but the thing that remains really striking is that consistent 26-point gap. You've got in-house legal departments at 81% adoption compared to law firms lagging at 55%. It really highlights fundamental differences in, let's say, their approach to innovation and risk. It paints a picture of two quite distinct legal landscapes operating side by side.
Yeah, it really does. And it's not just about the setting either, as the report shows us a pretty compelling generational trend. Millennials are leading AI usage at 78%, then you've got Gen Z at 67%, Gen X at 61%, and baby boomers down at 33%. From your perspective, what do you think is the core reason millennials are kind of leading this charge? Is it just comfort, or maybe something deeper about their professional values, maybe expectations?
That's a really interesting question. I don't think it's just comfort. This generational split, it suggests a fundamental shift, a shift in what newer legal talent expects from their workplace and, how they define effective legal practice today. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, comfort levels with AI also vary quite a bit. So overall, about 25% are comfortable with AI assisting in decisions or even acting as an agent, like, taking a more proactive, almost semi-autonomous role, not just passively helping, but in-house professionals. They're twice as likely, 34% versus 17% for law firms to embrace that kind of agentic AI. This points to, well, a deeper embrace of these autonomous systems within corporate legal settings, and it suggests a widening technology gap that could really create significant competitive advantages down the line.
Okay, let's pivot now to something that hits home for, well, every legal professional, their daily well-being. The data shows a pretty significant burnout crisis brewing, or maybe it's already here. 41% of legal professionals reporting symptoms. That's quite high. But the report highlights AI as a really crucial intervention. A remarkable 76% of respondents agreed that using AI actually helped decrease their feelings of burnout. Honestly, that's a much bigger impact than I might have guessed initially.
It is striking, isn't it? And this observation aligns perfectly with AI's ability to directly tackle some leading causes of job dissatisfaction. So the report notes 72% report improved work speed. That directly alleviates that constant time pressure, which we know is a huge factor in burnout. Furthermore, 57% report being able to be more strategic with their work. Why? Well, largely because AI is handling the mundane, repetitive tasks, something which 48% value very highly. It shifts the focus, from rote work to higher order thinking. It lets professionals engage with the more stimulating parts of their jobs.
Right, getting away from the drudgery. And here's a truly surprising benefit that emerged. AI enhancing communication. A full 64% of legal professionals report AI helps them communicate better with stakeholders. Michael Oleka, senior counsel at Ironclad, even shared this anecdote about AI suggesting novel compromise language during negotiations. That goes way beyond just efficiency, doesn't it? It's addressing that really complex tone switching needed in legal correspondence, that, delicate art of adjusting your communication style for different people and situations.
Exactly. And what's truly insightful here is seeing how these improvements translate into actual career growth perceptions. Almost half, 36%, believe AI creates more career opportunities, and job replacement concerns. They dropped 8% year over year. That's significant.
Yeah.
The report has this powerful quote from Jason Bomig, executive chairman of Ironclad. He says, AI is never going to replace lawyers, but lawyers who use AI and lawyers who use technology are absolutely going to replace lawyers who don't. That perspective just completely reframes the whole narrative around job security, doesn't it? It shifts it from a threat to, well, an imperative for skill evolution.
Absolutely. So, okay, given all these clear benefits, what are the practical hurdles? What's stopping broader AI adoption? The report clearly points to security that's at 48% and accuracy at 44% as the top barriers. These significantly overshadow job replacement fears, which are actually down at 21%. Accuracy concerns, interestingly, actually increased by 4% year over year overall.
Yeah, and that begs the question about user caution, and maybe for good reason. The report mentions high-profile incidents, like that infamous Jay Lee scandal where AI, well, it hallucinated fabricated case law. That undoubtedly contributed to these persistent accuracy concerns. But despite this, legal professionals do show significant trust in AI for certain tasks, like case law summarization, 61% trust it there. And document review for litigation, that's at 45%. It suggests a sort of pragmatic approach, I think. Users are learning to integrate AI, but they're maintaining that critical human oversight for verification, which is smart.
Makes sense. And when we look at specific applications, contract review really stands out, doesn't it? It's identified by 28% of respondents as AI's most impactful use case right now. And it's particularly trusted in corporate settings, 45% in-house versus 41% in firms. Probably because, contracts are often high volume, fairly repeatable work with clear success metrics you can measure.
Right. And the implications there, they extend to contract analytics adoption too. The report highlights a substantial 19-point gap there, with in-house trust up a significant 17% year over year. This really indicates that corporate legal departments are increasingly leveraging data from contracts. They're moving from being seen as cost centers to becoming strategic business partners, really proving their value beyond just compliance. However, it's worth noting, trust in AI for more complex tasks like risk scoring. That shows pretty low overall impact, only 5%, and it even dropped from the previous year. So that suggests areas where, robust human judgment is still absolutely paramount.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive has shown a legal profession that isn't just adopting AI as another tool for automation. It seems they're actively embracing it as a genuinely transformative force. It's about efficiency, yes, but also profoundly improving professional well-being, enhancing communication, and ultimately unlocking new strategic value within their organizations.
Exactly. The data consistently points towards a future where those core human skills, curiosity, nuanced judgment, strategic thinking, they aren't replaced. They're amplified by AI. And this allows legal professionals to really transition, moving from being perhaps reactive service providers towards being proactive, truly indispensable business partners.
So what does all this mean for you, the expert listener tuning in? Maybe consider your own organization. Where are the most significant pain points right now? Is it repetitive tasks? Communication inefficiencies?
Yeah.
Could strategically adopting AI, maybe just in one of those specific areas, be your entry point? Not just to boost productivity, but to genuinely improve the quality of work life for your team and elevate your team's strategic impact within the wider business.
Yeah, and as the report concludes, it makes a powerful statement. The only wrong way to approach AI in legal practice is not to be experimenting with it at all.
Yeah.
The best time to start exploring this was probably yesterday, but the second best time, well, that's today.